And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Chris Schneider, our Director of Senior School, who will be hosting tonight's session. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Waugh. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pickering College and to our introduction to senior school at PC. I'm so happy that you could join us, and we're eager to share with you what's unique about the senior school program at Pickering College and how that special educational experience that we provide for your child will prepare them for success in life after graduation. At PC, we offer a comprehensive program for our students in the senior school, and it's going to be a very special experience for them. In addition to a wide array of core academic choices in the social sciences, natural sciences, and math, your child will also be able to grow and explore their passions in the performing and fine arts and communications technology, business, or in kinesiology, just to name a few of the options that are available. And we even have classes in radio broadcasting in our own CRTC licensed radio station, CHOP FM, which I think is pretty darn unique. More importantly, we extend that academic experience and integrate its components through our Global Leadership Program, a program developed in-house at PC by PC teachers. And you'll learn more about that GLP program later in the evening, but know this, our students are combining the knowledge and skills they're developing in their different classes and through their program experiences and applying that to truly make the world a better place. And I don't say that lightly. So here's what students love about the senior school at PC. We've had an opportunity to chat with them about their special, what they find special about their experience. And I think one of the highlights certainly is that students mentioned that we're a close-knit community, and that community is led by passionate teachers. And the students also enjoy the fact that they're going to be learning alongside engaged classmates in small groups while they receive the individualized support that they need to succeed. Your children are valued at Pickering College, and they are known here. They are known by their classmates, and they are known by their teachers, and that's a really special part of the PC program. Our rigorous academic program is also complemented by a comprehensive co-curricular program in which all students participate and can pursue activities of passion or try new things. And we certainly encourage them to try new things. Competitive sports such as basketball, volleyball, or track, or recreational sports like rock climbing or badminton, clubs in cooking and nutrition such as field to fork, robotics or guitar, strategy games are all on offer. And we also focus on providing students with opportunities to provide leadership to their school community and to hone their service ethic and leadership skills through participation in such groups like our student committee, the Youth Action Organization, and the Green Team, to name a few. And student initiatives receive great support here at Pickering College. As the world returns to normal, we're certainly looking forward to getting back to offering our national and international excursions. In the past, we've offered such service challenge trips to Peru, history and culture tours to Italy, and whitewater canoe trip down the Nahanni River in the Yukon. Sounds fantastic, and I truly hope we'll be able to have that on offer real soon. Students also have options to attend right now virtually leadership conferences in Canada and the United States. They get to solve global challenges through the Monk program at the University of Toronto. All of this to build experience, independence, and confidence in themselves, make connections, and broaden their horizons. And finally, and maybe most importantly, are their friends that they will make. The people are Pickering, and your child will have the opportunity to make lifelong friendships and wonderful memories in the senior school. This is a picture of the first grade 9 leadership camp that I accompanied when I first started at Pickering College just over 2 years ago. And look at those smiling faces. I love it. I still see those kids working, laughing, and growing together. And that is truly a wondrous part of the senior school experience at Pickering College. So now I'd like to just switch gears a bit and offer you an opportunity to enjoy this video, which highlights the unique features of the senior school program at Pickering College.
Pickering College's senior school, the capstone years of our Global Leadership Program, prepares students for university while also encouraging them to make a difference in the world as ethical, compassionate, and values-based decision makers. Using the latest technology, the academic curriculum focuses on excellence and innovation while ensuring students have a solid understanding of core subjects. At Pickering College, our senior school students in grades 9 to 12 actively participate in a wide range of academically challenging and authentic learning experiences. These include developing prototypes that meet environmental challenges, advocating for local organizations, conducting in-depth independent research, and developing and implementing action plans to address issues of local and global significance. With a focus on individualized attention, each senior school student is assigned a faculty advisor, creating a 4-year mentoring relationship that inspires students for years to come. The advisor program at Pickering College directly contributes to the school's mission to be a leader in education, inspiring individuals to become enlightened citizens who meet high standards for lifelong growth and learning. But what sets PC's education apart is how we prepare our students for success, even in times of momentous change. At Pickering College, technology and a variety of learning tools are well integrated into our day-to-day programming. This allows our faculty and students to smoothly toggle from an engaging in-class experience to a rich online learning experience, accessible from any location in the world. Pickering College is committed to providing our students with an online learning experience that resembles the dynamic and interactive environment of a regular classroom. Our students learn from passionate teachers in small class groups and receive the individualized support they need to succeed. We host bi-weekly advisor group meetings to provide consistent check-ins with our students and encourage socialization. Additionally, our learning strategist leads weekly workshops to develop learning skills. Through the midst of change, our dedicated faculty and staff are working together to ensure the well-being of our students and their academic success. As one close-knit community, and despite current physical limitations, they are thriving. By the time they graduate, our students are ready to take the next step as innovative, courageous, and compassionate global citizens who take action true to Quaker values.
I get goosebumps when I watch that video. I think about the fact that about 2.5 years ago, I decided to pick up my family, drive across this great country of Canada, and start a new experience here in Ontario and join the Pickering College community. And I'm so happy that I made that choice. I have to say that being a member of the PC community really fills my cup, and I don't say that lightly. And I certainly look forward to many more years with the school. But listen, you're not here to listen to me all night. And so I brought along some friends and colleagues to share a little bit more with you about what is special about this PC experience in the senior school, and what your child can look forward to and what you will look forward to as well. And so we'll be moving through, and you'll get a chance to hear from my colleagues, and I've also brought some students along to share about what their experiences are like in the senior school as well. And once we're through the formal part of the programming, there'll be an opportunity for a Q&A at the end, and you can put your questions in the chat or the Q&A function, as Mr. Waugh mentioned, and we'll do our best to give you satisfactory answers. So now I would love to turn things over to Mr. Chris Coyne, who is the instructional leader of science at Pickering College, and he's going to share a little bit more with you about STEM programming at the school. Thanks, Mr. Coyne.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. I'm Chris Coyne. I'm one of the instructional leaders for the science department. Currently, I'm teaching grade 11 Chem and grade 12 AP Chem. At Pickering College, we have worked to incorporate STEM into a variety of programs, courses, and activities. Through real-world tasks, students are encouraged to develop creative and innovative solutions to problems in collaborative environments. Students have these opportunities in both math, science, as well as the GLP program. In mathematics, there are STEM-based programs for grades 10 and 11 designed for those who benefit from an accelerated pace of learning and increase opportunities to apply their learning in a more challenging real-world context. STEM challenges are incorporated throughout each of the courses for students to learn and continue to strengthen their engineering design process. A few examples that I've seen so far is building a catapult, staircase, and bridges which meet certain parameters, working with DC motors, 3D printers, and microbits to design and print working models. There are a wide variety of Canadian and international math contests offered throughout to the students, as well as AP Calculus AB for senior students. In science, students are challenged to use the engineering design process to plan, build, create iterations, and execute various challenges. A few examples would include designing wind turbines, ball launchers, mag-level cars, optical devices, and musical instruments. All science students also work with LoggerPro to digitally collect data from a variety of probeware. We've also extended to include Explore Learning Gizmos and Pivot Interactive, which are online lab simulations and a STEM-rooted discovery task, such as real-life simulated genetics and evolution activities. We also offer AP Chemistry for the grade 12s, which provides them an opportunity for students to dive a bit deeper into theories with a focus of critical thinking, as well as tackling inquiry-based labs. Before I turn things over to my colleague, Graham Burt, who's the physical education instructional leader, I hope you enjoy the following video, which highlights the arts and athletic programs here at Pickering College.
Pickering College offers an extensive range of athletic facilities across its 42-acre campus, including a baseball diamond, 2 gymnasiums, a fitness center, a surfaced running track, 4 playing fields, and its own indoor arena. The Hilltop Skating Club, a Skate Canada sanctioned skating club, runs Can Skate and Can Power Skate programs, allowing students to work towards their badges in the junior school phys ed program. From November to March, we also offer family skate time on Sundays. Building a sense of teamwork and school spirit is an important learning opportunity that can be enhanced through appropriate competition. Pickering College has a history of building competitive athletic programs where students are provided with increasing levels of competition as they move through the junior school to the senior school in a way that supports their skill development, commitment, and sportsmanship. Emphasis is placed on developing fundamental movement skills, cooperation, teamwork, and fair play. Through coaching, guidance, and effort, we hope to encourage students to challenge themselves, to be their best, and to grow in their development. The Co-Curricular Program is a fundamental part of each student's education, growth, and well-being. It contributes to school spirit and develops healthy, active students. The program inspires students to strive for excellence, develop imaginative insights and innovative ideas, and to act on their beliefs. With the suspension of competitive sports during these exceptional times, Pickering College maintains committed to the active well-being of our students. To that end, we continue to offer socially distant co-curricular activities including soccer skills, badminton, outdoor volleyball, tennis, and running, along with online co-curricular activities such as yoga, debate, green team, music club, and Puma challenges. The program at Pickering College is designed to balance academic studies with healthy physical activity. The results of participation in our programs are apparent in students' increased confidence, improved health, and energy levels. As is evident throughout our campus, we value the arts at Pickering College. From our outstanding jazz band to the impressive student work that adorns our corridors, creativity and self-expression are nurtured and supported through our program. The arts at Pickering College are an integral part of the school's history and enjoy a central place in our current academic offerings. Pickering College has a vibrant, varied, and exciting arts program featuring expert instructors and arts professionals. We recognize the role the arts play within society and how they are a demonstration of our shared humanity, enabling students to find and express their own voice through various media. As well, our projects are aligned to support and enhance our Global Leadership Program. The arts offer many opportunities for integration with other courses and learning opportunities. Creative experiences include drama, music, visual arts, and communications technology, where students are given hands-on production experience with various media and film creation. In fact, our radio broadcasting students air daily on our very own radio station, 102.7 CHOP FM, which broadcasts locally and worldwide across the internet. Our graduates have pursued post-secondary studies in fields such as film studies, music, communications, fine arts, fashion and design, as well as architecture. What truly makes our program successful is that we're able to help students realize the significance of the arts within our society and to instill within them a respect for the arts. Our students develop creative and imaginative insights, analytical and critical thinking skills that will transcend all facets of their personal and professional lives and assist them in their future pursuits.
Well, good evening, everyone. And as Chris mentioned, my name is Graham Burtz. I am the instructional leader for health and physical education in senior school. This is my 16th year at Pickering College, and I am so fortunate that I get to spend my days at this very special place. Health and physical education in the senior school at Pickering is about far more than being active. Our goal is for students to become physically literate and to develop the confidence to be physically and mentally healthy for the rest of their lives. We do not have sport-specific units, so we don't have a pure soccer unit, for example. Rather, sports with similar strategies are grouped together so that common strategies can be developed and demonstrated over a longer period of time, increasing the level of learning that takes place. We design our activities so that every student can be successful, regardless of natural physical ability. Dedicated health classes are interactive and dynamic and relevant to our students at their age. We pride ourselves on digging beneath the surface when studying topics such as inclusive language, gender issues in society, personality type, healthy relationships, social media, and mental health, to name a few. In grade 9, we have 3 sections of healthy active living, and dynamic groupings allow everyone to get to know everyone in the grade. In grade 10, healthy active living, health and physical education becomes elective and is done with a greater focus on exposure to new lifelong activities and sports from around the world. Some of our unique units include junior school leadership, during which our students plan and run physical education classes for primary students, and a unit in which our students learn and participate in traditional Indigenous games. In grade 11, the course is done outside of the timetable and is run in conjunction with competitive teams in our co-curricular program. This allows grade 11 students to pick up an additional course during the academic day or to have a study period in lieu of this course. In grade 12, introductory kinesiology is offered, which I like to refer to as the sampler pack of what a kinesiology degree would entail at university. Topics such as anatomy, physiology, sport ethics, biomechanics, and sport psychology are example areas of study. Finally, the High Performance Student Athlete, or HPSA program, exists as a credit course in grades 9 through 11 to support student athletes who are training and competing at a provincial or national level outside of school. I'd be happy to answer any questions at the conclusion of our presentation this evening. Thank you. And I would now like to introduce Ian Johnson, our resident expert of all things media arts, communications technologies, and radio broadcasting. Ian.
All right, thanks, Graham. First of all, good evening, everyone. And I'm Ian Johnston, and I teach most, if not all, of the media courses in the senior school. And I think I will now let my video do the talking, and I'll sit here and being embarrassed as I show it, and I'll come back afterwards. Okay, share screen. Okay, is the sound coming through? No.
All right, so welcome. And as I said already, my name is Ian Johnston, and I teach most of the media production courses in the school. Along with teaching the grade 9 business course, I teach grade 10 media arts, grade 11 and 12 Comtech, or communications technology, and grade 11 and 12 radio broadcasting and audio production. So tonight, I would just like to kind of take a tour of facilities and look at the equipment and such to give you an idea of what your child would be able to explore if they were to take any one of these courses. When we teach this course, we look at developing artistic skills, obviously, and we look at project management and communication skills and those sorts of things. We also look for ways for them to apply their skills and knowledge in pragmatic ways. Underlying all of this is an effort for them to be able to find their voices in perhaps a unique way and to tell their unique stories in their own way. And that's really the goal of all the courses that I teach. So we're just going to take a tour of the facilities, and you can get an idea what there is. Before we go inside, though, I'd like to go outside because we have an example of what we do with emerging technologies. We like to look at the traditional forms of media production, film, radio, and such, but we also look at emerging technologies. And one of the most important emerging technologies out there right now is augmented reality and looking at digital 3D world and the mixed virtual, augmented, and real world art forms. So we're going to take a hop out there. So I'll just crawl out of here. My neck, but anyways, so we'll take a walk out there and then we'll come back in and take a look at everything that's going on the inside. So this is an example of augmented reality. We built a little art gallery to be out front of school and have the student work on display there. So we'll just throw a couple of things down here and hopefully I can hop right across. All right. Next one's a little tougher. Good enough. Okay, and this is CHOP. So yeah, this is 102.7 CHOP FM. This is the station. This is where it happens. We have a grade 11 and grade 12 course that goes on here. And in this course, they are responsible, they meaning the students, are responsible for broadcasting 2 live shows a day, Monday to Friday, 1 in the morning at the bright early hour of 7:30. And then again after school around 3:30 or 4:30, depending on scheduling. All right, well, so this is where the magic happens. We use keyboards for audio production. We have some M Audios, some Roli, some Arturia. We have the little Zoom mics for recording audio in the field. Of course, it starts with cameras in media production. So we have DSLRs, we have lenses, we have GoPros. Of course, we have video as well. We have traditional Sony cameras, which are prosumer level. They're a little old, but they get great sound and picture quality and the cinematic quality. We use our DSLRs for the most part. We use Adobe Spark, we use Adobe Lightroom, we use Adobe Photoshop, we use Adobe Premiere Rush, we use Adobe Premiere Pro, we use Adobe Dimension, we use Tinkercad, and there are some other softwares that we use out there. Oh yeah, Adobe Aero, sorry. And there's some other software that we use that supports some of those programs as well. And it's changing pretty much by the week. So we're trying to keep up to date with those sort of things. And that's pretty much it for communications, technology, and media art and radio and audio production. So thank you for listening.
Okay, so yeah, that's mainly what we do in Comtech, radio and such. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to talk with anybody over email or Zoom or whatever. And that's my time. And I will now pass it over to Julia Hunt, Senior Director, Strategic Innovation.
Thank you. And thank you for that video. That was amazing. I haven't seen that video before. Like the floor is lava. That was really cool. So as Ian mentioned, I'm Julia Hunt, and one of my roles is to oversee our global leadership program, which you have heard, I think, a number of times already this evening. So I will continue to speak about that in a moment, but there is a video to introduce the GLP to you. So we will watch our video first, and then I'll speak a little bit about what that means in the senior school.
At Pickering College, every student from junior kindergarten to grade 12 benefits from the fully integrated, enriched programming of the Global Leadership Program. The Global Leadership Program teaches students to deeply consider the global context and to develop the skills necessary to effectively participate in this context. Creative and innovative decision-making drives all programming in academics and activities beyond the classroom. Students learn to take theory to action and to assess the impact of their actions. The GLP seeks to develop 6 key competencies in our students. These are to think globally, to lead and collaborate, design and build, discover and connect, create and perform, and to enact change. Our students continue to benefit from an inquiry-based education that is student-centered and prepares them to think critically, independently, and creatively. Our students have a wide range of authentic and experiential learning opportunities within and outside of the classroom to meet their individual strengths and interests. Educating and developing the whole student has always been a priority at Pickering College. Our teachers enable each student to develop their intellectual, creative, spiritual, and athletic potential within the school community and beyond. Graduates of the Pickering College Global Leadership Program are creative, innovative, and courageous agents of ethical positive change true to Quaker values.
So our vision statement that you can see on the screen, that graduates of the Pickering College Global Leadership Program are creative, innovative, and courageous agents of ethical, positive change true to Quaker values, guides not only how we deliver our curriculum, but also how we develop all of our offerings here at the school. But what really makes our program stand out is our focus on taking action. Our students are taught to go beyond theory to actually design and implement solutions to issues that are important to them. We'll just go to our grade 9 slide. Thank you. So in grade 9, based on the curriculum and the required courses of grade 9, the theme is sustainability. And this theme goes through all their courses and their grade 9 Global Leadership Program project. And in this project, students work on delivering an innovative suggestion for making Pickering College or the local community more sustainable. Previously, students have created an app for managing household heating and cooling, a solar powered bracelet to charge a phone. One group even built a DC power adapter, which harnessed energy from a clothes dryer. The group you see in the picture there was one of my favorites. They were looking to reduce meat consumption and were cricket farming and had the judges all eat crickets as an alternative to meat products. So it's amazing what the grade 9s come up with. This year, so we're doing something a bit different. We have a really exciting new proposition for our grade 9s. And they've been tasked with designing a new outdoor education facility for our blue and silver farm. And our grade 9s have already spent 2 days out at the farm doing research and doing some planning, and they're really engaged. And we're just so excited to see what they come up with for this project. In grade 10, our students participate in a number of excursions and workshops to explore the concepts of culture and social justice, including local identities, our Quaker roots, First Nations communities, and grassroots organizations. A few weeks ago, our current grade 10 cohort visited the McMichael Gallery, and they really enjoyed exploring these collections in person. It's been a while since they've been able to get on an excursion, and we were just thrilled that they were able to do that. Pretty soon, the grade 10s will begin their PLACE project, which is their big grade 10 Global Leadership Program project, where they will research and choose a social justice issue. They will connect with a local grassroots organization connected to that issue, and they will advocate for a grant for their organization and take action for this organization. And so those projects are always really great to see too. And you can see on the screen some of our previous winning groups. In grade 11, students focus on the theme of innovation, and they begin working on their 2-year capstone project. So already this year, our grade 11s have begun thinking about what they want to focus on for their capstone project. And they did a workshop a couple of weeks ago where they were evaluating bias and sources through a QR scavenger hunt throughout the school. And they will use integrative thinking to develop their research essay and start thinking about potential solutions, which really guides them into their grade 12 year. So the grade 12 students spend their year taking action on the solution they identified for their capstone project. So this year, our students have participated in a design sprint to generate creative ideas to address their issue, and they've designed an action plan based on their chosen outcome. The range of proposed projects is truly inspiring, as always, and we look forward to the collective impact this cohort will have. And I'll just put a little plug out that all community members and all potential community members are welcome to join us for the Capstone Finals in May, where we'll see 4 students showcase outstanding action projects. The winning project from last year was a student who designed a children's book, which was written to teach young people about Parkinson's disease. And the winning student is given a grant towards to go towards a cause aligned with their project. The student put their grant towards publishing and distributing their book. And we're just so proud of her. She's already published 200 copies of her book and sold about 150 of them, and had a lot of really positive press already. She's making a real difference on an issue that's very important to her, and we're just so proud of her. And so that really sort of brings me back to what we said at the beginning, is that the ability to take a theory and move it to action is a differentiating factor for Pickering College students. And that's really what our Global Leadership Program is all about. And so now I'd like to pass back to Chris Schneider.
Thank you, Ms. Hunt. Wonderful projects and certainly very inspiring young people. So I'd like to switch gears a bit, and let's get a take from students. Let's hear about their things from their perspective, and maybe we'll start with some of the data that we've gathered from past grade 8s, things that make me nervous about starting grade 9. Interestingly, over the years, there's a great deal of consistency in the things that I guess maybe keep students up at night as they're thinking about joining into the senior school. So certain things, common themes certainly would be around workload and homework, the schedule and having to move around the school, having different teachers and having classes in different parts of the buildings. Of course, and always, and I don't know that this is necessarily unique to senior school, are tests and exams. Making new friends. Certainly, I think this is true of students who are at Pickering College in the middle school and students who are new to Pickering College as well. And I do have to say that this is something that I think we do a great job of, making sure that students, as they join the senior school in grade 9, and in grades after grade 9, of course, have wonderful opportunities to make connections and build those bonds of friendship that support their positive experience and all of the other elements of their academics and personal experience of the school. And of course, meeting different teachers. No longer in the senior school do you have a homeroom teacher. You are paired with, you are placed with an advisor and an advisor group. It's a mixed grade group, a group that you would becomes your, I guess, your little family within the larger family at Pickering College. And certainly that's, I think, another part of the transition into senior school that we do really well at Pickering College. While not an exhaustive list, there are some other pieces that students are worried about as well. And that's, I guess, not always being in the same classes with your friends. As I mentioned, we don't have the homerooms anymore, but look at this from the positive lens that here's an opportunity to make new friendships as well, to complement those friendships that they've already come with. Here's another one, greater independence. Interestingly, this one shows up on the things that students are excited about as well. So here's the progression piece that we work on with students as they work through their time in the senior school, and we get them ready to graduate and move off to their post-secondary studies. Being the youngest, of course, as a grade 8 student, you are the sort of top of the food chain in the middle school. And then as you transition into the senior school, you're now in the lowest grade of the group. But of course, as I mentioned before, we do have mixed grade advisor groups. So wonderful opportunity for students to cultivate relationships with students in other grades. And of course, we also do that through our co-curricular programming and other leadership opportunities in the school. So students, while they are the youngest grade in the division, they do have many opportunities to start building connections with students in the older grades as well. A later lunchtime. Not to worry, we do have the fabulous Tuck Shop, which is a mid-morning recess where students have access to the dining hall and they can grab some snacks to tide them over so that they can make it to the later lunch. So we've got that covered as well. And finally, getting lost. I don't think that's as much of a worry. There may be some expanded locations in the school that senior school students will be having their classes in, but largely I think they know the campus well, and students who are new to the school, don't worry, we'll give you plenty of opportunities to tour and get to know the place so that you're feeling comfortable as you're navigating the hallways. So what are kids excited? Oh, apologies. How could I forget that our current grade 8 students are nervous about missing Miss Clement, and then they're stuck with me, I guess, and when they move into the senior school. Many exciting things about starting grade 9 and moving into the senior school, of course, a much broader options in the way of course selections. And as they progress through the grades, the selections that they have available to them expand significantly. So they can really start to pursue areas of interest, areas of passion, and start really sort of channeling their experience towards what their post-secondary plans are looking like. More freedom and independence. Of course, this is wonderful. It's a great part about the senior school and something that we look to develop with them as they move through the grades. So see, some things are nerve-wracking, but of course they show up on the other side of the coin as well, and an opportunity to meet new students, make new friends, and maybe I would add in there excitement about connecting with new teachers as well. Students are excited about being challenged in classes. That makes my heart sing. I think that makes the hearts of all teachers sing as well when students are open and up for the challenges that they'll experience in their new classes. And there it is, Tuck Shop, the mid-morning snack break, an opportunity for a coffee, a tea, and some poutine. What more do you want before you head off to your second period class? So a few more. Final exams. I'm not sure how excited they are about final exams. Maybe there's some trepidation, maybe some excitement. We'll make it as an enjoyable experience as possible. Buffet lunches. I think this is a pretty standard part of our experience right now, but certainly there is an opportunity for greater choice as they move into senior school lunches in the dining hall. New teachers, as I mentioned before. Started off my introduction talking about the increasing opportunities available to students through our national excursions and leadership opportunities. And of course, a new laptop, a key card, access to all the different nooks and crannies of the school. So lots of things to look forward to as students transition into the senior school. So why don't we hear from them? I brought along some friends. Mr. Adrian Hamill, who has started grade 9 with us this year. And then I brought along a couple of old hats, if you will, Chloe Campbell and Ian Kai, to share a little bit about their experiences and what it was like starting in the senior school at Pickering College. So maybe we'll start with Adrian. Adrian, are you queued up and ready to go? Have you unmuted?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Look at that. He's keyed up. I love that. So, Adrian, maybe share with us what it was like starting grade 9 at PC. I know you were a student who's moved through the middle school, but what was it like starting grade 9 in the senior school, and how were you made to feel welcome?
So transitioning to Pickering College was like grade 9 and PC was pretty easy because at almost every step of the way, I had either my advisor or my guidance counselor like checking in on me and making sure everything was going okay and like the transition was being completed smoothly. I was also, very lucky to be able to make the transition with my friends. But even without them, all the new students were friendly and easy to talk to. New students meant more opportunities to make friendships. Going from class to class, I always had someone to talk to, and it was very nice.
Great. Thanks, Adrian. That's wonderful. Ian, how about you? You're a year away from this now. What was it like for you to transition into grade 9 at Pickering College?
Well, it was sort of challenging for me because the workload definitely got a lot bigger, and going from almost like no homework in grade 8 to like quite a bit of homework in grade 9, especially with the quadmesters, it was definitely challenging for me. But other than that, like as Adrian said, like you have your guidance counselor and everything to go through with you. So yeah.
Did you feel you were well supported? I know last year was a very unique experience for senior school students with the quadmasters certainly, and did you feel that you had the support of your teachers and your advisor as well through that experience?
Sorry, repeat that again.
I'm sorry. I'm just wondering. So I know it was a new experience being in a quadmaster, and the pace of things certainly increased. Did you feel that you had appropriate and sufficient support from your teachers and your advisors to get you through that?
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely like helped me a lot throughout the entire process, and like I could tell they genuinely like cared about me, which was a good thing.
Great. Thanks, Ian. Miss Campbell, over to you. Here's maybe an interesting question. How about if you knew then what you know now about starting grade 9 in senior school, share a little bit about that. What have you learned, and how might you have done things differently or the same?
Um, I would say that I would tell my grade 9 self to be more sociable and to put myself out there more. Also, to participate more in physical, academic, and leadership activities, and to not be afraid to ask questions. I'm naturally very sociable. I like to talk a lot and to connect with people, but I felt like in grade 9, I was too afraid to talk to people and that I was too afraid to take any forms of leadership or to ask any questions, even when I needed help. So I realized that the more you put yourself out there, the better the experience you'll have, and the sooner you'll get over your fears.
Great, thanks, Chloe. Maybe why don't we keep it with you? Why don't you continue on and share with us what are your favorite things about being a member of the PC community? What are your favorite things about being in classes, GLP, co-curricular opportunities?
Um, my favorite thing about the PC community is how we are super connected with each other. We have a lot of fun activities that allows everyone to be included. And as I said earlier, I love being social, and I love how PC lets us have time to socialize with each other while also focusing on the important things like our academics. I would say my favorite thing about the academics and GLP at PC is how the teachers clearly love what they teach. I find that when teachers are genuinely doing what they love, us students, we can see it, and it makes learning a course and involving ourselves in courses so much easier and so much more enjoyable.
Great, thanks, Chloe. Ian, maybe back to you. I'll put the same question to you as I did to Chloe. Um, what would be your advice to your grade 9 self?
Um, Definitely start trying as hard as you can because soon you're going to realize that, if you don't start trying your hardest from the beginning, you don't have any time in the future when it starts getting into like grade 11 and grade 12. So you have to really prepare yourself for those upper years, I guess. Just don't slack and or you're going to regret it.
Don't slack. It's a very important lesson. You've heard it from Ian. Wonderful. Thank you, Ian. Adrian, why don't we finish up with you? Why don't you share with us what your favorite things are about being a member of the PC community?
I really like the PC community pretty much the same point as Chloe, because it's very small and you really know everybody. Like I kind of feel as I'm connected with everyone. I also feel like the smaller size of our community allows me to have like more one-on-one time with my teachers, which can like benefit my learning even further than it already is. And I think it would be interesting to have a larger community, because I would have a lot of fun getting to know all the like everybody, but I really like how the size of our community and being able to know everybody.
Great, thanks. Thank you so much. Does anyone want to quickly share about their favorite co-curricular activity? Interestingly, I can see all three of you on my screen. You all look like you're looking at each other to see who's going to offer up what is it not volleyball? No? Okay, well, maybe
I can talk.
Okay, good. Let's hear it, Adrian.
My favorite co-curricular was basketball, because I actually enjoy the sport, and all my friends enjoy it. So I always get to play basketball with my friends, and that's really a lot of fun. Yeah.
Fantastic. What about you, Chloe? I'm going to put you on the spot quick.
Well, right now I'm doing multi-sport, and I really enjoy it because you're not sticking to one thing. You get to like learn and do a bunch of different sports. So it's different every time, but you still have fun and you still learn new techniques and all that stuff. So
Cool. Great. Ian, you get the last word. What about you?
I would say mountain biking is my favorite. It hasn't been hosted for 2 years though because of COVID, but yeah, mountain biking is my favorite sport, so that has to be my favorite co-curricular.
Okay, great. Fingers crossed it will be mountain biking soon again. Somehow I managed to sneak in getting a new bike before you couldn't buy one. So I'm looking forward to mountain biking being reinvigorated as part of the co-curriculars as well. Thank you to Chloe, Adrian, and Ian for joining us, and of course, we'll keep you on tap for the Q&A. And so now I'd like to turn things over to Miss Sherry Simon. She's a member of our fantastic guidance department at the school, and she will be sharing with you a little bit more about some other ways that we support our students, both in transitioning into the senior school and also, I hate to say it, transitioning them out of the senior school when they're ready to graduate and move on to post-secondary studies. So over to you, Ms. Simon.
Thank you, Chris. And maybe I'll take the last word on favorite co-curriculars. I had the chance to be the advisor for the badminton co-curricular this past term, and Mr. Armstrong and I had an absolute blast playing badminton in the arena with the students. We had a great time. So I think that's my new favorite. So welcome everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Sherry Simon, as Chris mentioned, and it's my pleasure to tell you a bit about the guidance program in the senior school here at PC. I'm proud to have been a member of the PC community for more than 10 years, and I look forward to helping to welcome you to the senior school next year. Our office is a team of 3. We have 2 full-time guidance counselors, myself and Lotam Baram, and our helpful and knowledgeable administrative assistant, Alexis Hamilton. As students enter the senior school, they're assigned a guidance counselor based on house affiliation. So for me, I look after the students who are in Blue House and Silver House, and Lotam looks after the students in Gold House and in Red House. We act as a hub within the school, offering academic support, social, emotional support, and of course, career and post-secondary planning. Each year, we assist students in selecting courses to ensure that they have what they need to be successful in earning their Ontario Secondary School diploma at the end of grade 12, which is the ultimate goal of high school, of course. We also provide individual consultation to help students identify the courses they need to keep doors open for future career and post-secondary interests, and also to make sure that they feel engaged in their learning experience along the way. If difficulties arise for a student, we most often act as the first point of contact to engage our circle of care. And that includes input from teachers and advisors, from you as parents, and as needed from our health center, social worker, learning support specialist, and outside community resources. The post-secondary planning aspect of our work with students spans over the 4 years of high school. We assist them in setting goals, researching their options, and building self-awareness so that when the time comes to make decisions about their future, they're confident, ready, and have options that align with their strengths and their passions. To this end, we have the opportunity to teach our students career studies in grade 10, which is a half-credit compulsory course for all students in Ontario, and explores 3 questions: who am I, where am I going, and how will I get there? So pretty important stuff. In grade 12, we offer ongoing support throughout the post-secondary application process. And one of the highlights of our job is getting to share in those happy dances in our office when graduating students get good news about their applications. Perhaps most importantly, we are here as a constant source of support and mentorship. The social emotional experience in high school is interconnected with all other areas of success, and we're available to help support our students through the ups and downs, to provide a pep talk or additional resources when needed. We're skilled, experienced, and passionate in providing a safe and caring space at school. Of course, we welcome you as parents to connect with us when you have questions as well. And we recognize that from time to time, you may also need our assistance. Thank you so much for being here. Lodum, Alexis, and I look forward to getting to know you and your young people in the near future.
Thank you, Ms. Simon, and thank you for sharing about what guidance does to support our students in the senior school. I think a real strength of our guidance program is that both of our guidance counselors spend a year working with all of our grade 10s, teaching the civics and careers courses with them, really getting to know them, helping them start, plant those seeds, thinking about what their future course will look like, the path that they would like to take. And I think that really solidifies that relationship, which is really important for the success that they're going to achieve when they hit grade 12. So fabulous piece. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank all of our panelists for joining us this evening, but don't go anywhere yet. You might get called on here. And so now I would like to move things over to the Q&A. So if you have any questions for us about the senior school program, academics, co-curriculars, guidance, you name it, we're here to give you some more information if you're looking for some specifics. So just give you a few moments to think if you might have some questions, and please enter them into the Q&A feature, and I will direct your questions to the appropriate panelist. Is there elevator music that we can play while we're waiting for questions to come through? I don't see any questions coming through. I will give another few moments. Certainly, oh, there we go. Maybe Ms. Simon, I will pass this question on to you. How many courses do students get to choose, and how many are mandatory?
That is an excellent question, and really goes along with understanding the requirements of the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So part of what we do from year to year is ensure that students understand what is required in order to achieve that diploma, and that's all communicated very clearly with parents. We offer a number of workshops throughout the year for students and parents alike to understand that information. Particularly in around January and February, we spend time working on selecting courses for the following year with an eye to, as Chris mentioned, as I mentioned, really not only areas of skill and passion, but also keeping doors open to post-secondary opportunities as well. So from year to year, the number of required courses and the number of what we call elective courses, and those are those choices that students get to make, it sort of becomes more and more up to the student as they make their way through their high school career. So in grade 9, they really only have 2 elective courses that they get to choose. And the other 6 are compulsory for the OSSD. So much of the decision is made for them with regards to what their grade 9 schedule would look like, with a couple of choices, a couple of opportunities to explore different areas, whether it's languages or arts or music or business and so on. In grade 10, they get 1 additional choice. So the OSSD allows them to choose 3, and they can choose to continue on with maybe some of the electives that they had selected in grade 9, or they might choose to try something different in grade 10, maybe something that they didn't have an opportunity to try in grade 9. In grade 11, things really open up quite a bit. And this is where the planning for post-secondary and career choices and options does come into play quite a bit, because really English and math are the only 2 compulsory courses that are required for that OSSD in grade 11, and the rest of the courses that they will select will be up to them, but will be informed by interests and requirements. And that's where we work very closely with the students, and of course with you as parents as well. And then in grade 12, everything becomes an elective choice except for English. Most of our students will take 8 courses in grade 9, 10, and 11, and then 6 or 7 in grade 12. That's kind of the regular progression with a little bit of variance case by case, depending on summer courses and so on. So I hope that answers the question, and please feel free to ask me if there's something I could clarify for you.
Thank you, Ms. Simon. Mr. Waugh, maybe I'll turn this question over to you. What is the average admission percentage rate for new grade 9 students?
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Schneider. This is a bit of a complicated question because we don't actually have a minimum cutoff for admission entry at the high school, the senior school level, as they do when you're applying to post-secondary after you graduate from here. We take into account a number of factors when we're assessing an applicant for admission, and those certainly include your good grades. We do ask for 3 years of academic transcripts when you apply to our senior school. That said, we also ask you to complete a student essay so we can get to know you a little bit more and give you an opportunity to inform us of maybe some of the extracurricular things that you're involved with, or any circumstances that might have affected your grades in the previous years. We also take the time for all senior school applicants to conduct an interview, which is right now being done over Zoom with either myself or my colleagues Laura Murgatroyd, who oversees our day in North American boarding admissions, or Susan Cartwright, who oversees our international boarding admissions. So we try to get a very holistic, full view of each of our applicants, so we're not boiling you down just to your academics. That being said, as a university preparatory school, we do want to be satisfied that you will be entering into Pickering College with what you need to succeed and to be successful as you enter into higher academic rigor course than maybe you're coming from, as we mentioned, from younger grades and from other schools. So kind of a long-winded answer, I know, but I guess the short version is really just that we want to make sure that you have what you need to be successful, and we really try to get to know you as a whole person.
Thank you, Mr. Waugh. Mr. Burt, can I throw this question to you? How many community hours do students need to graduate?
So this has been a moving target or last few years, but currently it is 40 hours over the course of a student's senior school career, and within Pickering College ourselves, due in large part to our goal and mission and vision of the Global Leadership Program, we ask that a portion of those are done in a sustained and regular format with a particular organization. So they're not just a selection of one-offs, but 40 hours to answer your question over 4 years.
Thanks, Mr. Burt. Yes, they indeed have made some changes to requirements for students graduating this year due to the restrictions that students have faced from the pandemic. But I certainly do want to echo your point about I think the goal that the school has in promoting that sustained contribution and servant leadership that students can make to many causes and organizations that are deserving of their time. Hold on, just received another question. Is there an exchange program with school in another country? Yes, we do offer exchanges both to schools in Britain and Australia. Those have been on hold, but maybe I will pass this over to Ms. Hunt to speak a little bit more about what our exchanges look like, with the hopes that we'll be able to open those back up in the near future.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, we really, really hope we get those going again soon. We last obviously sent kids in March 2020, right before things got pretty restricted. But our exchange program, we generally host in the fall. The way the school systems work with our partner schools, we generally welcome our visiting partners to come visit us in November, December of the school year. And then we usually send our students to go visit just before March break. In the UK, our partner school is called Brighton College, and it's one of the top independent day and boarding schools. So it's a great match for us. And Brighton is just 40 minutes really from London. So very close, same like us, proximity to big city, but small town just outside. And similarly, the school that we are partners with in Australia is called Wilburn Valley Grammar School, which is close to Melbourne. And so students fly into Melbourne and then go off to Wilburn Valley. We've been doing both exchanges for several years. They're wonderful schools, and we've always had wonderful students come to visit us. And we actually have students who have graduated from university. So that's now going on 7 or 8 years since they did their exchange. We're still in close contact with their exchange partners and still really fondly remember their time on exchange. So it is a wonderful program, and we're very, very excited for the time when we can get that going again.
Thank you, Ms. Hunt. Are there any other questions? Well, maybe I will just offer some final comments. I want to thank you for joining us this evening to learn more about the wonderful programming on offer in the senior school. Certainly thank you to our student ambassadors who have joined us, and thank you for sharing about your experiences transitioning into the senior school at Pickering College. Thank you to my colleagues for sharing about the wonderful things that you do with our students and the programs that you provide. Ian, certainly glad that you were able to navigate the lava flow through Newhouse there. Fantastic work on your part. And I'd like to turn things over to Mr. Waugh to close.
Thank you very much. And just in closing, as far as next steps go, I mean, if you are a current PC grade 8 family and you are will be entering now into the senior school, you can expect your re-enrollment package to be sent by email in the early new year, likely in around the midpoint of January. For those applicants that we have joining us tonight or prospective inquiries, I do invite you as well to stay in touch with our office in admission. We're happy to answer any additional questions you may have about joining the Pickering College community, and we are looking forward to continuing our work in reviewing your applications and hope to be in position to be back in touch with you all with good news as soon as we can. So thank you again so much to both groups for joining tonight. And I think that's all that I have. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Be safe.